few more participants. Then, yeah, in 1 minute, we will start.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the International Virtual Camp for Muslim University students organized by International Institute of Islamic Learning Pakistan. And I'm very honored to the organizing committee for having me as a moderator for this session with a great scholar from Malaysia. I think Professor Dr. Muhammad Fauzan is not news to those who are those students who are reading IT and Islam, and those who are doing research on Islam and IT and so on, because Professor Muhammad Fauzan has been a renowned scholar on this field and has been published many books, and one of his famous book is ICTs and Islam. Prof, before we start these sessions, to get the blessing, I will, with your permissions, and I would like to call upon Brother Tayyib Lawal from Nigeria to recite Al-Quran. Falyatafaddal, Brother Tayyib.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آيات محكمات هن أم الكتاب وأخر متشابهات فأما الذين في قلوبهم زيغ فيتبعون ما تشابه منه ابتغاء الفتنة وابتغاء تأويله وما يعلم تأويله إلا الله والراسخون في العلم يقولون آمنا به كل من عند ربنا وما يذكر إلا أولو الألباب ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد اللهم ارحمنا بالقرآن. نعم.
Shukran. Thank you, Brother Tayyib from Nigeria. MashaAllah, what a beauty, of gatherings. The Quran reciter from Nigeria, the moderator from Cambodia, the speaker from Malaysia, and the organizer from Pakistan, and also the participants from different parts of the world, MashaAllah. So before I hand over the floor to Professor Fauzan to touch on its social media from Quranic perspective, allow me to just briefly introduce Professor Fauzan. Professor Dr. Fauzan Noordin received his PhD from the University of Wales in 1997, and he obtained his MBA from the Central Missouri State University, the United States, in 1991. He is a professor in knowledge technology at Kuliah of Information and Communication Technology, International Islamic University, Malaysia. His book entitled ICT and Islam has been used as a textbook in several universities. He has been awarded Darjah Setia Pengkoan Negeri Award, Pulau Pinang, which carry the title Datuk, granted by Yang Di-Pertuan Negeri Pulau Pinang in 2022. And currently he is the director of the International Institute of Islamic Thought, East and Southeast Asia, and the head of ICT and Islamic Research Cluster. Professor Muhammad Fauzan from the Kuliah of Information and Communication Technology has been pioneer as a winner of Cyber Safe Professional of the Year in the Cyber Security Malaysia Award, Conference and Exhibition 2021. He was awarded gold medal at Malaysia Technology Expo 2016 and received international recognition from Qatar Foundation Hamad bin Khalifa University in 2019. Professor Fauzan is also a bronze award recipient from animation category entitled Al-Kahfi and a promising award for animation category entitled Al-Biruni at Islamic World Film Festival. So for this session, Professor Muhammad Fauzan will be talk on social media from Islamic perspective. So without further ado, Prof, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, summa alhamdulillah. All praise to Allah SWT and salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad SAW. Thank you, Dr. Alfin, from all the way from Cambodia, and the brothers that recite Quran just now from Nigeria, the organizer from Pakistan, and I believe, I've been informed that we have the participants from more than 60 countries. To Alhamdulillah, congratulations for the organizer. And this is how social media, ICT, can bring us and can we can maximize or make use of it for sake of Allah SWT. My title today is social media from Quranic perspective. I don't want to say it's Islamic, but it's actually Islamic. But I want to look at from Surah Al-Hujurat. Okay, thank you very much. And I will start this ayah and in this presentation with this ayah, Surah Al-Imran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات أولي الألباب. In Surah Al-Imran verses 190, verily in the creation of the heaven and the earth, and indeed the alternation night and day, there are indeed signs of men of understanding. We as Muslim, we are ulu albab. We are the researcher. We are the people of understanding. We have to think what's going on out there, what's going on in heaven and earth, what's going on in social media. So we have to come up with a solution and to link this with Quran and of course to link this with Allah SWT. And in this, then Allah SWT continue with this ayah 191. Allah SWT said, الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا سُبْحَانَكَ فَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. And who are those ulu albab? We are ulu albab if we are remember Allah always 24/7 while we are sitting, while we are standing, while we are lying down, and we think deeply. وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, about the creation of heaven and earth. You see just now, night and day, heaven and earth, there is a pair. There's a pairing. And we فَقِنَا عَذَابَ في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. And after we think deeply of this creation, we said, our Lord, you have not created all this without purpose. Glory to you. Give us salvation from the torment of the fire. This is, for me, the final objective of our life. Our final objective if we study social media, if we study artificial intelligence, if we study economic, if we study psychology, if we study political science, sociology, name it. But final analysis, Fakina Azabanar. Fakina Azabanar. Save us from the hellfire. This is most important thing. Even if when we make dua for eating, Allahumma barik lana waqina Allahumma barik lana
Fima
fima
razaqtana.
razaqtana waqina azabannar. This is even when we make dua for eating, we relate this with the faqina azabannar. I will continue in this surah. There's only 2 ayah in this the one that I want to highlight here, 190 and 191. But the 3 important things here, we have to make zikir, yani remember Allah, to think about relationship between physical world and virtual world with the creator of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. When we say social media, it's about this virtual world. And we have to make fikir. We have to put a cognitive skill to understand the nature of the subject, whether in the real world of virtual world. Questioning about thought-provoking questions about behavior, law systems, and others to lead the recognition, finally, the recognition of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, greatness of God. And final thing, we should shukr, not kufur. I will share with you the last Suratul Namal about how Prophet Sulaiman bring this virtual reality, augmented reality, and finally he said, "Hadha min fadli Rabbi." All this is from Allah's ni'mah, from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, to test Prophet Sulaiman whether it's shukr or kufur. Now I quote this. I believe we have some Indonesians brother here, and this is the first prime ministers in Indonesia. He said, in order to develop Indonesia, the country, we cannot ruin the people. And recently, the Tristan Harris, he was former employees of Google. He said, while we upgrading the machines, we have been downgrading our humanity. So I'm a professor in computer science, in IT. We are promoting use of IT and computer science, but at the same time, I have to remind my students and my colleagues that do not ruin or downgrading the humanity, yani the insan isad. Now we have social media and we worried about what's going on. And furthermore, with this super smart artificial intelligence. And this T.S. Eliot, he says long time ago in his poem, he said, where is knowledge, we lost in information, and where is wisdom, we have lost in knowledge. Sometimes we believe we have a lot of data, but those data do not have any information. We have a lot of information, but those information do not contribute to any knowledge. And sometimes we confuse with the knowledge, and that knowledge do not have any wisdom. We might have PhD. We are professors, but those professors and those PhD holders do not have any wisdom. In Arabic, wisdom term is hikmah. In order to get hikmah, we have to get hidayah from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. I will link this with social media later on. And this book, Muslim Societies in Post-Normal Times, and I encourage the brothers and sisters to download free. It's published by IIIT, and in one chapter called Social Media and Artificial Intelligence, the event of social media has connected East and West, North and South, and it opened exchange information communication via Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, TikTok, Zoom, and so on. And what we are doing today right now, exactly, this is bring us together, even though we are from different part of the world, different time zone. But we are same page that we discuss about the topic, and you are listening to me. And what are great technologies that can bring us together and give the benefit to the Muslim Ummah, and after all, can bring us closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. But I want to remind all of us, including myself, that social media brings people together, but also can divide and fragments them simultaneously. People meet in social media, people get married in social media, people get new friends on social media, but people also get divorced through social media. People get upset and angry to each other through social media, and we can create war through social media. And AI begin with small humble thing, with small automation process, but now AI, artificial intelligence, be used in all kind of industries, from business, from automobile, even to medicine, and even to the war. And from the AI being used widely in COVID-19 to come up with the vaccines. And furthermore, in this book, Stephen Hawking, we know Stephen Hawking is a great scientist. Unfortunately, he's an atheist. But even he's atheist, he worried about what's going on in artificial intelligence. He said, he declared that humanity was entering an increasing dangerous period of our history. Why he said so? He said so because he was concerned about the possible perilous outcome of, he named it as, super smart artificial intelligence. In this book, Professor Ziadun Sada said, is therefore essential for us as individual communities and nations. This is what we're doing now. We are different countries, we are different individuals, we are different communities, but we are worried what's going on. And he said we should develop a sense of direction, awareness of where we are heading, where are we going, alertness to the potential consequences of our current activities and choices, like social media and artificial intelligence. What is effect to our life? What is effect to our family and society life? And what to affect our ummah and our Muslim countries? And understanding of this effect of global cause of, from individual to society and to the countries, we should do something. And issues of social justice, social issues of income disparity, unemployment, environment, technological and cultural disruption are perhaps more acute and urgent in Muslim world and to compare to other part of the world. We are Muslim Ummah far behind in terms of economy, far behind in terms of military and education, far behind in terms of technology. We should do something. We should aware what's going on, and we should educate ourselves. And I want to congratulate the organizer, managed to do this for the youth and for the future generation. And we know in digital world, year 2023, the data, the total population is 8.5 billion, and 57% live in the city or urban country. And 69%, almost 70%, unique mobile phone. And the individual using internet is 64%. And we look at and most of the Muslim countries are developing countries, and most of developing countries, we are in this left side. Malaysia, Egypt, some Indonesia, Turkey, and Singapore, and Saudi Arabia. And we spend more time on internet to compare with the other country on my right, yani Japan, Germany, South Korea, Austria, France, Belgium. They spend, even China spend around less than the 6 hours, but we spend more than 7 hours. So there are something that we have to think about it. Is it more effective spend more internet, or what's going on? It's more than 1/3 of our life we spend on internet. Is it good or is it bad? It depends. And what we do in the social media, we spend more on keeping time with friends, spare time, reading news stories, finding content, seeing what's being talked. Most of them is gossip, and hopefully for the sake of knowledge, not for sake of just wasting our time. And Malaysia, the social media usage, we are 26 million, and the 99.8% of our social media users are age 18 and above, and we are keep increasing the social media users 78%, and this is the statistic keep increasing. This is Malaysia. How about Indonesia? Also increasing. Indonesia have 191 million population, and 68% have the social media users, and increasing by 12% every year. And this Indonesia. We move to other country. Turkey, 73%, 62 million, and increasing, keep increasing. Then Saudi Arabia, 79%, 29 million. Okay. And social media is 105%. It's more than total populations. And this is United Arab Emirates, 105. Their population 10 million, but there are social media users of more than 100%, 105 for social media users. Social media to compare 18, 124. So this is something that we are in social media, in other words. This is Qatar, 96.8, less than 100%. Okay. The population, it just said here, is a total 2.62 million, is 96%. Then this is Iran, 48 million, 54%, less than 60%. Amazing how is they are keep it low, or 68.7%. Iraq, 56.7, maybe because of the war, the population 25 million. Palestine, 55.6%, the population 2.69 million. Okay, now I want to discuss on social media. This is just what I'm saying here. The Muslim entire world, we are in the social media. By hook, by you, whether you like it or not, we are on social media. Are we just leave the social media like they flow by itself, or how are Muslim scholars, or Muslim Ummah, or we can, the young generation, how we can fill up the social media, and what the West said about the social media? And this is Stephen Harris, that former design ethicist of Google, now he's co-founder of Center for Human Technology. He said, this social media is a tool. It's a genuinely is just sitting there waiting patiently. If they are real and neutral tools, but it's not a tool. This social media demanding things from you. Social media seducing you. Social media manipulating you. It wants things from you. And according to the West, this Western guy, from American guy, he said, we move away from neutral tools. He said tools here, but I add a neutral, based on technology environment, to an addition and manipulation. Two words, addition and manipulation. For those who study psychology, they understand this very well. Addition and manipulation. Social media isn't a neutral tool or just a mere tool waiting to be used, but it has its own goal. It has own means of pursuing them by using your psychology against you. And this, in their studies, there are e-games, e-sport, in social media. When they develop those applications, they are not just developed by computer science or system developer. They are in their team is including psychologists, where they want to make sure those are users keep using the application, whether they call e-games, e-sport, and so on. Okay, so this guy, I think we should delete this guy. Yeah, they are trying to hack us. Be careful. I think we have admin here, but sometimes this guy is trying to hack something. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Delete this, remove this user, the one who I can't see the big screen. Can you remove? Okay, I think he stopped now. Thank you. This is one of the challenge we are facing, and sometimes they can disturb and put unnecessary. Even we have the experience, they put a pornography's things. So remove and those users, and especially we have only 39. We can identify who are those people. Okay. Okay, this Justin Rosentine, from the former engineer of Facebook and Google, he said, when we are making the like button to spread the positivity, but unfortunately, people do not like, don't get enough like button, they get depressed, they get frustrated. So initially they want to have positive way, but unfortunately it's negative way. Shoshana Zuboff, professor from Harvard Business School, she said that social media is the marketplace that trades in human. And Professor Anna Lambert from Stanford School of Medicine said social media is a drug. All those are non-Muslim, and those are from the West. They are concerned about social media. So if we are not concerned about social media, we are Muslim, but we're not concerned, something wrong with us. Then Professor Jonathan Haidt from New York University, he said this whole generation is referred to young generation, is more anxious and more fragile and more depressed. So this is what the professor in the Western world said. And now I want to relate this with Surah Al-Hujurat. Of course, I did this with the Muslim part, one part in a second, then with my another brother, Almarhum Abdul Halim, Cikgu Halim Dul Ismail. When we start is the Muslim, one part we put 9, I developed 10, now we come up with 17. Surah Al-Hujurat, they have 18 ayat. From 18 ayat, I try to extract, I understand how this 18 ayat can help us as Muslim to guide us in social media. So I found out there are 18, from this 18 ayat, 17 lessons, 17 guidance. So as a Muslim, or even we can share with non-Muslim, we can help them. Yes, thank you, Brother Ihsan. Use the actual name. If you use like Galaxy Note 8, we don't know you are really, who are those guys behind Galaxy Note 8? Is it a fake guy or real guy? Sometimes it's our machines, Galaxy Note 8. But we don't want to avoid from these scammers, hackers, and so on. Sometimes it's their hobby to do that. Sometimes they scam us. In Malaysia, we're losing more than 600 million ringgit Malaysia last year for these scammers. Okay, but the admin, you should know who are those people. Okay, this is the first lesson. The first one from Surah ayat number 1 in Surah Al-Hujurat is taqwa. Taqwa. So when we use social media, we have to know that if we are taqwa, we know that God consciousness, that Allah is everywhere, then inshallah we will more careful, we will link with Allah SWT. This is number 1. Number 2, do not put yourself forward before Allah. Allah is always number 1. Number 3, raise not your voices, meaning that you do not capitalize our WhatsApp. Do not shout or easily get upset in the social media, especially in the WhatsApp, Telegram, TikTok, or Facebook, and so on. Number 4, no speak aloud. And number 5, the most important thing, passion, sabar. Sometimes we are not patient in social media because we don't meet each other. Maybe sometimes we don't even see the face. Like now you can see my face. You know I'm smiling. You know I get upset. You know all these things. But if you don't see your face, we don't know whether he's happy or sad. So this is be patient among when you are communicating. Sabar. And most of the time we are not sabar, we're not patient enough in social media. And this is most people quoted tabayyun. This in Surah Al-Hujurat verses 6. Fatabayyun. Allah SWT asks us to verify what is the sources, what is the text, when is the been delivered. Sometimes these things happened 10 years ago, but people just viral it because want to make fitna. So this is important. Verify it. This ayah in ayah number 6 asks us to fatabayyun. And the lesson number 7 is make peace. Fa'aslihu. This is verses number 9. Allah SWT asks us to make peace. But in social media, sometimes we provoke people, we get people upset and angry, and we make war rather than peace in the social media. Number 8, act fairly. Act fairly. This is the ayat number 9. Sometimes we don't act fairly. In Islam, we have to act fairly even to our enemies. Of course, we have to make fairly to our brothers and sisters. Okay, I move on to Allah SWT remind us, do not ridicule. Do not ridicule. I mean, let not scoff of another group. Do not ridicule others. There is possibility that the person that ridicule is better than one in others. Okay, there is a verses number 11, and verse number 11 also mentioned, do not defame one another. Sometimes we are defame our brothers in social media, and we Allah SWT asks us no insult, but we are insulting others in social media. This is Suratul Hujurat verses 6, verses 11. No insult one another by nickname. Sometimes we call people by bad nicknames. To not call each other by offensive nickname. And this is the Rasulullah SAW, when people call Bilal the sons of black woman, and Rasulullah SAW give the advice to the Sahaba. And avoid suspicious. This is verses number 12. And number 13, not spy to one another. In Facebook, sometimes we are being a stalker. We just want to know what's happening, and then we pass the message to others. We are just stalker. So in Islam, we already have the rules. Do not spy to one another. And number 14, this number 12, verses ayat number 12, not to backbiting. Not to backbite. And here Allah SWT, if you backbite, that you eat one of you like to eat the flesh of his dead brother. This is how Allah SWT describes if you are backbiting, like eating the dead body of your brother. This is how Allah SWT. So it's a bad behavior. But in social media, most of the time we are backbiting. This number 14. Number 15, this is quite interesting. Here in Surah verses 12, Allah addressed Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. But in verses 13, Ya ayyuhan nas. The different amanu and nas, all you believe. But here, all mankind, including those who are not believe, including to non-Muslim, including to Christian, Chinese non-Muslim, I mean Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, Jewish, name it. Ya ayyuhan nas. So this is two different. The ayah just close each other. One is 12, one is 13, but the Allah address differently. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, ya ayyuhan nas. Ya ayyuhan nas, yes. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min zakarin wa unsa. Okay. All mankind, we have created you from male and female. Male and female. Allah acknowledge. Here you said, just now when Surah Al-Imran, heaven and earth, day and night. Here, male and female. Allah acknowledged that, male and female. And Allah described, Allah create you into several nations and tribes. Why? To know each other. لِتَعَارَفُوا. To know each other. If Allah want to make all Malaysian, all Pakistanis, all American, all Nigerian, or name it, Allah can do it. Kun fayakun. All Arabs, Allah can do it. All Muslim, Allah can do that. But Allah create us differently. Why? To know each other. لِتَعَارَفُوا. And social media is the medium to know each other. لِتَعَارَفُوا. But Allah said, Allah want to, the one who are honorable among you or of you with Allah is those are taqwa, God consciousness. So God consciousness is the benchmark, not who are you, whether you are male or female, whether you are Malaysians or Arab, whether you are Palestinians or Nigerian or Pakistanis or Bangladesh or Indonesian. But Allah mentioned the one who taqwa is the one who are honorable among you. So this is important. Okay. And do not feel yourself have done a lot of good and contributed compared to others. This is one of advice. And finally, number 17, Allah knows the unseen of the heaven and the earth. This from verses 18. Sometimes we do social media alone. We thought that nobody look at us, nobody listen to us. But actually Allah reminds us, verily Allah knows the unseen of the heaven and earth. And of course it's a virtual world. Allah knows what's going on. And malaikat, angel, racket, and jotting down what we are doing. And Allah is all seer in what you do. Allah reminds us, Allah is all seer what you do. And all those are 17 lessons from 18 ayah. And I want to say here, in ICT, we have the machine hardware. The hardware cannot operate without the software, this part on the right part. But the who develop hardware and software is the top one, peopleware. But the one who control peopleware is hardware, Qalbun Salim. If you go to studies curriculum in the secular IT computer science syllabus, they do not touch on hardware. They may be touched on hardware, software, and people what I want to touch on hardware, Qalbun Salim. Qalbun Salim, here, the heart. Our iman, our taqwa is here. So in IT, we have this Qalbun Salim. And this part is according to Hadith, Riwayat Muslim, Rasulullah SAW, if this part is, there's a part in the flesh in our body, if this part is Hasanah, kullu jasad Hasanah. If this part is good, the whole body is good. But if this part is bad, the whole body is bad. And that part is the heart. And this is the model or the graph that by Thomson, he said computer science begins with data. You process data, become information. Information has knowledge, become wisdom. And he put here intelligence. Now we have artificial intelligence. But I have another presentation based on Surah An-Naml, is the artificial intelligence from Islamic perspective. But maybe another talk. In here, Thompson said, when you have wisdom, you have compassion. But I add another character, with merciful. Who is most merciful and most compassionate is Allah SWT. The computer begins with data. Newborn baby is like a computer data. Then the parents guide those babies, the child become the teenagers, become the adults, and we have intelligence, and inshallah we have wisdom. But we make sure we are closer to Allah. Closer to Allah, they have merciful and more compassionate. But when we far away from Allah, we is like machine, we like robot, we like Robocop, we like computer, we have no compassion, no merciful. Even the animal have little compassion, little merciful. The cat take care of the cat, kitten, the dog take care of puppy, but sometimes human beings throw away their babies, abuse their children. So we don't make sure our society have compassion and merciful. And in Malaysia, our Prime Minister just launched Madani Society. Madani have care and compassion. And this is how we make sure we are closer to Allah SWT. And we move from the IT to the knowledge technology. From knowledge technology, we go to wisdom technology. And hopefully we are in the wisdom technology now. And this is my some sort like understanding, like top of us is Allah SWT, and He gives us Quran and Sunnah. And in other circle, we have Madani Society. We have this Maqasid Sharia. You cannot read it, but there is Maqasid Sharia on the right. On here, Madani Society. Or you can name other things like Wasatiyah and other things. but put it in computer. We have hardware in the Qalbun Salim in the middle. Of course, we can have hardware, software, peopleware, but all of them must be according to Al-Quran and Sunnah. And this is Suratul An-Naml. In this surah, Prophet Sulaiman asked his subject, who can bring the throne of Balkis to him? There's Ifrit Minal Jinn said, I can bring the throne before you raise up, before you stand up. But the Alladhi Ilman Minal Kitab, the next ayat, the person with knowledge of the book said, I can bring the throne of Balkis with blinking of your eyes, twinkling of an eye. It's like click of the button. So this Alladhi Ilman Minal Kitab can bring that. Of course, we know this mu'jizah, but I want to understand from the technology perspective. Maybe it's the technology that Prophet Sulaiman had that time. Allah give the permission to do that. In computer, we know this is teleporting. Before like 10, 20 years ago, we make a phone call, only a voice. Then we make pictures. We send the photos, but now we send even our video. So this is technology we are having right now, that we can see video, my video now in Malaysia, you can hear me at Nigeria, Pakistan, Cambodia, Indonesia, all over the world. And this is the technology we have. But technology of Prophet Sulaiman can bring the whole throne of Balkis from Yemen to Baitul Muqaddis. How amazing is it? But most important thing here, the ayah, Hada min fadli Rabbi. All these things is to nikmat from Allah SWT, to check, to test me whether I'm shukr or I kufur. This is what Prophet Sulaiman said. Grateful or ungrateful. For me, you name it Maqasid Sharia, social media, or you name it artificial intelligence, big data analytics, or the machine learning, or chat GPTs, name it, whatever you have, but actually to test whether we are shukr or kufur. All this is from Allah SWT. Hada min fadli Rabbi. Hada min fadli Rabbi. And this technology is already happened during Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam. And if you studies, I am now studies on the Suratul Naml, how's augmented reality, virtual reality with mixed reality. The Balkis, Queen Balkis from Yemen being teleport to Yemen in blink of the eyes. And from whom? From Alladhi Ilman Kitab. Meaning that, for me, Jinn can do that. Ifrit can do that because it's from Jinn. But this guy, human being, can do that because Alladhi Ilman Minal Kitab. The keyword here, Ilman Minal Kitab. Allah SWT, I believe that Allah SWT want to tell us, anybody, as long as Alladhi Ilman Minal Kitab, he can beat Jinn. He can beat any technology. He can do anything. But Alladhi Ilman Minal Kitab. This is my message to all of you, and my message to all of the Muslim Ummah. We can do that. And in Suratul Naml, you can see, this I can talk about this Suratul. Balkis thought is the water, but it's not the water. He tucked her clothes. But Prophet Sulaiman said it's not a water, it's glass, it's kind of tile. And we understand in this our term, it may be mixed reality, maybe virtual reality, maybe augmented reality, but who knows? Allah Alam. But of course, for sure, it's mu'jizah, and maybe Allah give this technology to Prophet Sulaiman and to the Alladhi Ilman Minal Kitab. And this is the last two slides. And we move from data communication, data workers, data management to data society. We already passed the information workers, information society, information communication. But now, most likely, we are a knowledge society, knowledge economy, knowledge management, and knowledge communication. I hope that we go to wisdom society, wisdom workers, wisdom communication, wisdom management. And this is what happened in Sayyidina Omar. He can give wisdom communication to his general while in battlefield, while he's in Medina. He said, do not go to that hill, go to other hill. And his general in battlefield heard his voice while he's in Medina, but his army, his general in battlefield, somewhere else outside Medina. This is wisdom communication. I can talk to you, but maybe through data communication or knowledge communication. But most important thing is wisdom communication. And I guess that's all. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I pass to Dr. Alvin to Cambodia. MashaAllah. We're from Malaysia to Cambodia.
Shukran, Prof. Thank you. Thank you very much, MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah, we have heard from Professor Dr. Muhammad Fauzan with his very insightful presentation on social media from Islamic perspective. And Alhamdulillah, we have learned so much from him on how to use our knowledge with hikmah, the lesson learned, and how to apply the meaning of Surah Al-Hujurat in the usage of social media. The hardware, he mentioned about hardware in the peopleware, that is something new, because normally we used to the term of software and hardware, but not the hardware or people considers as, and then to do more research on that. And then he also touched on the model of social media from Islamic perspective. And if I'm not mistaken, his last slide was about ICT for Shukur, but not Kufur. Thank you, Prof, for your insightful presentation. And now is the time for question and answers. I think we have about 15 minutes left, or if with Prof permission, we can extend a few more minutes so that we can accommodate all the questions.
I have 3 meetings, but
okay,
I think it's very important
sisters,
message. I want to spend time with you. Yeah, I think Brother Hassan already, Prof. Dr. Hassan, tafadhal. Yeah, who can unmute? Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Habibi.
Yes, walaikum salam.
I'm so impressed. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
You've enlightened us with all the problems that we have. And I'm sitting around with my students here, and they are so excited for what you've said. Just 2 issues, I don't want to take up your time. We have the issue called the hardware, the HDA hardware.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, from the 3 words that you told us about shukr, fikr, and zikr, it is that in this time of fitna, we should engage a lot of zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep the heart clean, so that the waswas of shaitan is saved. Otherwise, it's very strong. Just comment on that a little bit, please.
Thank you. It's true. I want to add, I want to give a comment. What you say is right true. It's taqwa. You see the Alladhi alama bil qalam. This is the first surah that revealed to Rasulullah. It relates with taqwa. And you go to the Surah Al-Qalam, the tafsir of Surah Al-Qalam talk about inna awal ma khalaqallah al-qalam, also talk about behavior akhlaq. The technology must pair with good akhlaq, good behavior, yani taqwa. I think Brother Ramadan, Mimpirwi Muhammadan, Rahma Luqman. Go ahead. Mimpirwi Ramadan.
Naam, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Where are you from, brother?
Naam, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Where are you from?
Naam, I'm Peter Ramadan, Mbara University of Science and Technology. I'm working with Al Hidayah from Uganda.
Okay.
Now, this has been a very wonderful presentation. And what I can make out of this is that we need to understand some of the Islamic concepts when we are dealing with social media, so that we remain in the umbrella that you have drawn for us. Ashkur, Akfur. And also the intake that you have given us in Surah Al-Hujurat. So there are very many concepts that if we understand, then we can be able to move with social media in the right way. For example, there are concepts of pictures, in Islam. Scholars have spoken a lot, and they have guided us on how can pictures be acceptable and which type of pictures. Of course, there are various differences, but still a moderation can be taken in that perspective. So how to deal with pictures and how to deal with music, which type of music is haram and which one is not haram. So if someone understands that, so he cannot be limited. But if you don't understand it and you assume that everything is haram, then you may find that your door is closed in a da'wah using social media. Naam, jazakumullahu khairan.
Thank you very much for your comment. Others? You have anything on chat?
Sister Rahma Lukman.
Yeah, I think Bro Rama, the video, the audio is still connecting. Maybe others can ask in the chat room. Amini Mataka. I think Amini Mataka, the connection is okay, good. Okay, yeah. Amini, where are you from?
I'm from Zimbabwe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Prof, for the presentation. This is very insightful and very informative. I'm just wondering if it is possible for you to share the presentation on the group.
I will give to the organizer.
Thank you. Thank you. Shukran.
You have any questions?
No questions. It was just eye-opening. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Behind me is the IUM campus. IUM campus. So you can see this is IUM campus from Gombak. This is our masjid in the middle. Any more questions? Yeah, I think Imran Yusuf, Brother Imran. Go ahead, unmute it.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Assalam, Brother Imran.
How are you, Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah.
I'm from Kenya.
MashaAllah. Wow,
Kenya.
we have Nigeria, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. None of very good. Thank you. Kenya.
Okay. Yes. So my question is like regarding social media.
Yes.
There are a lot of misconceptions going on in social media. Like, on WhatsApp, for example, you get a forward and it says that read this and send it to other 10 people. Like, what I understand from my view is like, I've never ever seen these things happening. So what is your view on this point?
Yeah, okay. This is the we call it change letter. In previous this we don't have social media. We write a letter, we post it, copy and photostat, send to 10 people. This is the concept of viral. But if that one is hasana, this good. But if that one is bad, do not do that. Because and don't believe in sometimes if you don't send it, you will get this punishment, get this don't, because all this Allah SWT qada and qadar. It's not because of that letter, not because of social media, all is hand of Allah SWT. You have to believe qada and qadar. If you do this or someone else do that, they don't believe in qadar. Meaning that you have to send it, otherwise because of what you did to sending a letter or share with this and this problem. Because this is to check our akidah actually. Our akidah is belief in Allah SWT. Only Allah can do something, can change something with our dua, of course. We make dua, Allah SWT decide.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I get your point. Thank you.
Other questions?
We have Brother Latif, Taufik.
Latif? Where are you from, Latif? Yeah, Latif, can you unmute? We have Sister Lejla Delajito.
Yes.
From IUM.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes. Salam, Latif.
Taufik Abdulatif from Nigeria.
Okay, Nigeria. Mashallah.
This is a very wonderful and insightful lecture. I really enjoyed your lecture. What I want to say is all about social media. In social media, we have a lot of people with the akida, with the belief that in social media, you shouldn't be posting picture. Posting picture is haram. Though you have given us a justice that everything in life is ashkur, how akfur, I'm akfur. So I believe that is a justification for that. So my question will now be, or what is your own justification that somebody should not use picture, someone should use picture? Also, in social media here in Nigeria, we have a lot of people, Muslims, that will come on social media and start tarnishing the image of other scholars. So using social media as a tool to be tarnishing some people's image. For example, now the Salafi scholar and the Ashaira scholar, and most of us in Nigeria, we are Ashaira. So the Salafis will come to the social media, start bluffing, doing this, doing that. So they said that we don't even know how to even solve the kind of solution we can give to that. So what's your own take on this?
Thank you. Thank you. I think you have two questions. Number one is photo. I think you have my photo now. I think, is it haram? I think no, as long as I'm wearing the shirt, don't show, I cover my aura. That is, for me, is fine. Because we meet the sisters, the brothers on the street covering all the aura. That one's fair. But the one is haram is not covering the aura. That is one thing. So by sharing alone, like now we are talking to each other, for me it's okay. This is my understanding. Second, that's why in Surah Al-Ala, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim, Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. Read in the name of God, the one who created you. Then in that ayah, alladhi, in the surah, alladhi alama bil qalam, alama insana ma la ya'lam. Here Allah is the one who taught you how to use qalam. What you do with your qalam? To write, to store and share knowledge. What is the technology that write, store and share knowledge? It's computer, it's Zoom, it's Facebook, it's YouTube, any social media, any ICT, any hardware and software. As long to write, to store and share knowledge, this is qalam technology. But Allah reminds us, Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. Read in the name of God, the one who created you. We can using it. We can use and can benefit of it. But Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. Read in the name of God, the one who created you. Meaning that, brother Tawfiq, as long as within the Islamic principle, as long as the proper guidance from Allah SWT, Al-Quran and Sunnah, is fine. Thank you very much. I think Brother Faryal Khan.
Prof, is second questions on the bluffing and the attacking each other on social media.
That is like in Surah Al-Hujurat, backbiting, do justice, negative thought, and stalkers. All this in 17 lessons, bad behavior that we should handle and tackle. And this is already reminded in Surah Al-Hujurat. Do justice. For us, lihu, we call make peace. But if you are fighting each other with Salafi, Ash'ari, Wahhabi, and whatever you name it, Shia, whatever, then how you make for us lihu? For us lihu, even to your enemies. Thank you. Faryal Khan. Brother Faryal, yes. Where are you from?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am from Pakistan.
Okay.
I want to thank you. I am a student of Quran and I am also getting the education of IT. So it was my dream to teach. It was my dream to teach Quran Pak from someone who has also knowledge of, who is also a teacher of IT, and I'm also getting that education. And the way you taught Surah Hujurat, and it was very much beautiful and insightful. I enjoyed it a lot. So I wanted to thank you so much. A heartfelt thanks to you.
You're welcome. Please come and study in our universities, in our faculty.
You are from Malaysia or Russia?
Yes, yes. This is Malaysia. This is our universities. Yeah.
Oh, and what is the name of your university?
International Islamic University of Malaysia.
Inshallah.
IIUM. Okay, thank you.
Inshallah,
Thank you.
I will one day come, inshallah, and inshallah, I'll meet you.
Thank you, sister.
And,
Thank you.
Jazakallah khairan.
Professor, if you allow me for a last question, what happened that someone was trying to hack or something? What can you guide us for the future?
Okay, first, be truthful, meaning that you not allow anybody with the nicknames or some things that you don't know. So I think you posted just now, very good. You said, please put your real name. And for first round, please, if they are possible, please ask them to on the video. Like Sister Lejla Delagic, we know she's not fake. She's from IIUM. I mean, I think she's from Russia or somewhere. But no, I'm sorry. Where are you from?
Serbia.
But
Serbia.
Yeah.
She's from Serbia.
Serbia. Yes, thank you, sister. But we know this is a person. But sometimes when they're on the video, they're doing other things. That one is not proper adab. So then the administrator, the host or co-host, please be alert, because I have experienced this before. They put the bad stuff and bad video, and we remove them. And sometimes they are just their hobby, but sometimes they are real hackers. So be careful about this. And technology is good, but it's like a knife. A knife can kill people, can cut an apple. So we use this technology for sake of Muslim Ummah, for sake of Islam, that give benefit to the Muslim Ummah. This is what we're doing now. For those who use this for bad things, please remove them. They are not belong to this forum. Thank you, brother Prof. Ihsan.
We have brother Ismail Musha. I think if we can accommodate, I think this is the last questions.
I have no problem. I'm okay. Brother Ismail, you want to unmute? Where are you from?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I just only have a comment. I'm Ismail Musa from Malawi.
Oh, Malawi. Yes, brother.
I just appreciate for this class, and I really appreciate, because I get a lot of what the benefits. Sorry, my English is strong.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't have a question, but I need you to repeat the name of the university you said.
International Islamic University of Malaysia, IIUM. IIUM. You can find IIUM. You can find our websites.
Website. Okay.
We will share with you, brother. We will share with you the details. Okay.
Yeah, there's Dr. Alfin already put in the chat room. International Islamic University Malaysia, IIUM.
Okay.
And in my kuliah faculty, those students have to pass this class before they go to other class. I mean, before they graduate. ICT in Islam. Yes, Alfin, we have one more question, or that's it?
Yeah, I think we can receive one more question. I think this is the last question from Sing Yong. Yeah, Fahad.
Yes, Sing Yong Fahad. Where are you from, Sing Yong Fahad?
Naam, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wassalam. Yes, go ahead. Fahad?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Salam. Please proceed your question, please.
Yes, doctor. I'm from Uganda and I'm a student at Chambogo University.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm really impressed by the way you have broken down Surah Al-Hujurat, and you know, this is one of the greatest surahs that teach us ihsan.
Yes.
So, inshallah, Doctor, actually, I would like to add my voice on one of the previous brother who has asked a question that I wish that you share with us that those slides that you have used, such that, you know, most of us are not only students, but still we have to reach out to our brothers and share the information to others.
Yeah, I will share to organizer. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Doctor, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum.
Thank you very much, Brother Fahad, and brother and sister from all over the world.
By the way, Dr. Alfin, for those who want to read my book, ICT and Islam, you can search in the Google. There are books published by our university, IIUM Press, ICT and Islam. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Prof. Yeah. So we are now coming to an end of the sessions, and we really appreciate your perspective. Before, and I invite Brother Ihsan, the organizer, to say a few words, a word of thanks to Professor Muhammad Fauzan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alfin, and we are very honored today to have Professor Fauzan among us. Inshallah, we hope that this cooperation will continue, and we will be requesting you for more session, inshallah. I will check if in our university, International Islamic University, Islamabad, they are using your book or not. If it is not available here, we will, inshallah, will make it available for the students here. So thank you very much, all of you, inshallah, and we will have our next session after 25 minutes from now. So, brother, you can conclude the program. Jazakumullah khair.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Ihsan, and on behalf of the organizing committee, again, we thank everyone for joining us. So we end this session by recitation of Surah Al-As and Tasbih Kafarah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. See you.